Hey everybody, today is Thursday, January 3rd, and you know what that means. Coffee with K Pro and Cowlazars. So how's everybody doing? How you doing, K Pro? Happy 2019?
Happy New Year. How's that coffee, Mike?
Good. I just made some actually. That's why we're a little late because I had to make some real quick.
Nice,
So,
nice.
how's everybody in the chat room? I see we have a couple people. We got 50 watching right now. And yeah, it's 2019. Excuse me.
Did you have
Brand
a
new
good New
year.
Year's?
I
Did you
did
have a
have a
good New
good New Year's, except it's cold. It is freezing here in
Year's?
Vegas. That's
Baby, it's cold outside.
I think they said it was colder in Vegas than it was in New York, like on New Year's Eve. So yeah, it's been
Oh,
cold,
wow.
a cold winter. So, and when you're used to 100 degrees, the cold is, it feels worse than what it normally is. But yeah, welcome everybody.
Hello and Happy New Year, Alan Kay says. Hello, everybody. Yes, it is time to go back over 2018 and all that's happened and then look forward to 2019 and everything that's going to happen. So I think we should first say a person that's going to be on with us almost every Thursday when he can is going to be Decal. He's going to be a Thursday night show person with us, and he was supposed to be with us tonight. We want to send some prayers out to him. He had a death in the family, extended family, and so he's at a funeral tonight, or today or tomorrow, over the next couple of days. So he could not. It just happened, and we're sorry to hear that, Decal, and our prayers are with you. So, Mike, did you want to talk about Super Chat?
Yeah, super chat's on. You guys know how that works, and it's on because YouTube says we can turn it on. So why wouldn't we? I don't know. Doesn't only make sense to me. So super chat's on if you guys have something you just want to talk about. But you know what? Even if you do a super chat, there are certain things we're not going to talk about because 2019 is going to be drama free, at least on this channel. So don't make negative comments in the chat, and don't make negative comments even if it's a super chat because we're not going to talk about it. But super chat is on if you want to donate and for the cause and for the videos and for some of the things we're going to be doing in 2019.
Yeah, Cal's in the dark and on and on, but we can
Yeah.
kind of see him. Usually there's a little bit more light, but I like it. You can see, and did you see what I got? I got the
Right,
Santa.
and I've got
Woo
mine
woo!
on, so
I know, but I have mine now. Thank you, Mike, for
you're
giving me.
welcome. So we'll talk about these when we get to 2019. So
Yeah. We're going to be talking. So we're going to go back over 2018, all the way from last year or beginning of last year, all the way through, and that will go all the way to. I think we had a very interesting, very end of the year. So we're going to go from beginning to end, and then we will talk about 2019 and the things we already know we have in store, and so. William, that you're not negative, you're just ornery. That's all. So we take ornery. So please, um, William
funny is
sent me.
okay. Funny is okay.
And William, I want you to know that message that you sent me, that really funny message. I didn't have my headphones on, and my kids heard it. And shame on you.
Uh
Anything I get from you from here on, I'm going to make sure to have my headphones on. So
oh.
I will tell you, my son has repeated some of those words because he's like, if you got a message like that, and I was blushing. So I love it though because I was kind of in serious mode, and William always makes me laugh. So I appreciate that, William. But I've learned a lot about anything coming from you, speaker or no speakers. There's going to be a headset on. So anyway, okay. So do we want to jump right into 2018?
Yeah, let's jump into it. What happened way back? If we go in the way back machine to January of 2018, what was going on back then? And this will be chase related, but it could be other treasure hunts. It could be what's going on, personally, whatever we want to talk about. But way back in 2018, what was going on?
Okay, well, I pulled all the Fenn statistics,
Mm-hmm.
so I'll go that way. But if you have some thoughts on some of the other stuff going on, I'll
Yeah.
talk about personal stuff too. But so I went back and I looked at all of the scrapbooks that came out. So there was a total of 11 scrapbooks this year, and they started in February. We had a couple in June, August, September, a few in October, and a couple in December. And I think probably the one that's most noteworthy is the Dizzy Dean. 188 was Dizzy Dean. That became important later. So I thought that was interesting, but I won't say. We're going to probably note the ones that kind of stuck with us, kind of like the gut feeling that stuck all year. So we'll hit kind of the highlights. So if there's one that you think is really important and you want to talk about it, yeah, the gut feeling came out, but that was with 6 questions. And then that was also with the other side. It wasn't an actual scrapbook, William. So I'm going to kind of go in an order. But you're right. The gut feeling definitely is one that rocked the Fenn universe. And so we'll talk a little bit about. So that's scrapbooks, unless anybody has a scrapbook that they thought, wow, was outstanding. But then Jenny had sets of words that came out. There was 26 sets of words. They started in February. And that's when the February one was Homer Brown. Is there only one Homer Brown? And he said, yeah, go back and look at that. I actually had forgotten that one. That one didn't get as much traction as it was really good content. So that was before I was in YouTube. Did you do a vlog on that one, Mike?
No, I'm sorry, everybody. I'm getting over a cold. No, I don't even remember. This was a scrapbook. I don't even remember the scrapbook. Somebody asked him.
It wasn't.
Oh, it was one of the words.
It was the first set of words for
Mysterious
end
writings.
of February.
Oh, okay. Somebody asked him, was there multiple Homer Brown? Was the Homer Brown more than one place? Yeah. And he said, no, there's only one Homer Brown.
Right, something like that. I didn't write all of them down. I just had lots of notes. So,
well, that tells me it's not brown trout then, right? If there's different that would be areas, that tells me in all 4 states there's only one Homer Brown. So I don't know. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and so the big one was, it also came up in 6 questions, but was the gut feeling. The gut feeling came out. He had a gut feeling it was going to come out or be found this year. I think that changed some people's when they were going boots on the ground, what that was going to look like. Yes.
And the gut feeling turned out just to be indigestion, as we found out by the end of the year, because it was based on nothing, he said. So I don't know. Forrest says what he wants to say. I don't know why he would have made the comment if it's based on nothing.
Yeah, but a couple people have said that's because he knows I found it, and there's still even some people up on THOR today. They're like, "Oh, I'm getting it in 36 days or whatever." So the other one that I think was probably noteworthy, he did give about 10 to 12 sets of comments to THOR, some to the Fenn tubers, etc. But he did do a clarification on punctuation. Does punctuation matter? I'm going to leave that one alone because I think maybe it's a little confusing to some or maybe explosive to others. I am not a believer it does, but I am fine with the people that it's the crux of their solve. And I won't argue with anybody. I think that his words were clear, but they were clear to me, and everybody has their perspective. So,
right.
But those were the sets of words.
It doesn't matter though. But go ahead. At least I've heard Forrest say punctuation doesn't matter. Now, maybe somewhere else he said it does, but I heard him say the one thing, so I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see. Yeah.
So the 6 set of questions, there were 4 6 sets of questions. The one heard around the world was definitely the gut feeling. And if you're in the chat room, how many of you changed your search time or maybe moved up your search location, boots on the ground, just for that gut feeling? I know several did. Many emailed me and they were concerned. Some people said they had just emailed Forrest and they were quitting. And so he thought they were going to put the solve out, and that's why they got back into the case because they were talking to him. We did do a poll on THOR and said, how many people think you're the gut feeling? And there was like 25 people that were like, yep, it's me. The function at the junction. Yeah, we can talk about that. Okay, sorry.
Well, that'll be 2019. Yeah, which we're going to get to. We are going to look ahead to 2019.
Actually, that's what Cynthia is saying, is somebody's asking about the function in the junction.
And some people said that's why Forrest allowed me to do the coin, because he knew that the treasure hunt was going to be over this year. So that's why the coin says 2010 to 2018. Well, guess what? You were wrong. I mean, I never thought that, but the people that thought that were wrong, but they thought that was part of it. So it's just interesting what people think of.
Maybe that's why he allowed us to do a 2019 coin, because it's going to be found in 2019. Yeah, and maybe in 2020, he's going to let it. I don't know.
If we ever make a new coin, it should say right on there, gut feeling, I think. Right on the coin. But yeah, anyway.
Well, and that was the last 6 sets of words. The one thing that he said was he can't go back to the spot. And some people thought that meant lots of different ideas, but it was because of his health. Was it because of, what did that all look like? So I'm getting there, Illinois Ghost. I did not forget you. These are Jenny's words. So we went with Dow's scrapbooks, and then we went with Jenny's words. And then that was my next set, is the tubers and the other forums. So THOR got about 12 sets of words. Illinois Ghost got, and most of you know this, but for the few newbies in the room, he got a word and like Swivit. He got different, not sets of words, just like a word. And then we would all have a great time and go down all these rabbit holes, or it meant something to your solve or something. And some of the other tubers got different words. And I'm going to give my thought on the tuber of the year for 2018. There's like no award that I'm going to hand off, but I think it's important to recognize. Leroy, you're awesome. I think you get the award for the 2018 Fenn tuber of the year. He
Leroy?
wasn't around. Leroy, because
Yeah.
Leroy is with, I have a special place in my heart for Leroy and Decoy. And Decoy,
Mm-hmm.
you too. He wasn't ever on the tube universe, but Leroy, you're awesome.
And I would call 2018 the year of YouTube because it really exploded. It seems like everybody's making videos, which is great. But we all got different opinions, and this is just one more way to express them. That's all.
Yeah, and then we had the update. So let's go into some of the publications. We definitely had the Once Upon a While. So we have the new book that's out, and everybody's looking at the differences and what do they mean and all of that. And then we also have, and I'm going to get to, yes, Shannon is awesome because we're going to get into that for 2019 because she's doing some hunts and we've helped her out with some of the hunt prizes. So everybody's talking about 2019. When's the different functions and all of that? We're getting there. There was many publications out. I think the newest or the latest is the German Playboy. I think people are trying to get their hands on it and get it transitioned as quickly as they can, or translated as quickly as they can. And so I would say definitely and then, from a personal standpoint, I will say, so this is the first year I've been in the hunt since 2015. I started chatting with Forrest, I think late 2015 or early 2016. But this was the year I transitioned down to New Mexico and I got to meet Forrest for the first time. And I will say the highlight of my year, not only meeting Forrest the one time, but was the Jamie event, the Operation Jamie. That is where I met Mike.
The raffle was huge. I got to meet you. I got to meet Forrest. I got to meet Cynthia. I got to meet a lot of people that I talked to, in the email and stuff before. So that was huge for me personally. So yeah, the raffle definitely.
Yeah. So, let me sit back for a second. What was it? I cannot believe it. Feels like the coins have been there forever, but this was the year of the coin.
Yeah, the Forest Fence Searcher coin. I know some people hate them, some people love them, but for me it was huge because it was just an idea and I made it happen and everybody helped. So everybody that ordered one, and Illinois Ghost that won the design contest and all that. So, it was a huge year for me. I think that's why I was a part of the raffle. I don't think if I had ever done the coin, I don't think I might not have been invited to help out for the Jamie Jordan raffle, possibly. So they kind of rolled into each other. Yeah, that was great. And now, yeah.
Well, I was going to say there was a conversation. Forrest asked myself, and I was with Cynthia, and it's like, "Do you guys want to do this?" And I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. And I was like, "I don't know anything about the raffle, because I'm like, it's not going to just be a raffle. There's going to be tickets, and it's going to be big. Like, if we're going to go and do this, we're going to do it big." And he's like, "Well, who has had a lot of like that little just item by item type of thing?" And I remembered your video where it was like, I had to be 2-3 in the morning, where you're like, not as bad as your
coins,
yogurt video, but it was, you're like, okay, I got them all in order.
Right.
And I was like, okay, there's dedication. I said, we got to get Mike. And Cynthia had not met Mike. You had not met Cynthia, right?
I had not really met anybody at that point, except for a couple people that live here in Vegas. I had a group of 3 people. Ramona was one of them. You guys know Ramona, that here in Vegas, and we had talked about the chase in person a little bit, but that was about it. I didn't really know anybody other than through email and stuff, except when I started selling the coins. I had talked to people through the vlog because I would make the videos and stuff. But the coin is really how I met a lot of people. And then for me personally, I also did the Grand Adventure. So for me personally, 2018 was the year of making my own puzzles. And there was actually 2. I had a hernia operation in February, so I was off work for 2 weeks, and that's how the yogurt video came out. But during those 2 weeks is when I was able to stay on top of the emails, and we did a little Grand Adventure, and 67 people participated. I gave away 7 different treasure hunting books as prizes. And so that was huge for me, that I was able to make that happen.
Yeah, and I would really appreciate it if everybody would please go to vlog 63 of Mike's, because right now he's at 92 likes. He
Ah,
had said if he gets to 100 likes that he was going to be willing to do another crazy funny video. It like is cringeworthy. So if you have not watched that one, Mike, you are so confident. I can't believe you.
if you,
It was fun to watch.
it was thinking back on it, I may not have made it now, but if you guys go to www.cowlazars.com, that video is now posted. I've updated cowlazars.com, and I want to say a big thank you to the person that's helping me with the website. I'm not going to say who they are because I think they want to remain anonymous, but they've really given me some ideas, and so I've updated cowlazars.com. So if you guys check that out, you'll also see the yogurt video there under, I think it's called Greatest Hits or something. So, and the next grand adventure for the silver coin, we'll talk about that in 2019, but the website will definitely be used for that as well. So
yeah, so some are saying this was not the year of the gut feeling. It was the year of Mike's yogurt eating video.
probiotics, hashtag probiotics.
Yeah, maybe you could get a sponsorship. Maybe that's the shirt that will be coming up.
Dan and yogurt, that's right.
Yeah, so I really want to see 100 because I want to see, maybe you have like a drink with a shot of something in it or something.
Breakfast tea and bourbon. I got drunk on camera. That was a vlog last year where the Buffalo Trace bourbon. I kind of got drunk on that one. There have been a couple interesting vlogs last year, but it's been very interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. A lot of people are saying how great it was to meet everybody. I think we had about 150 at the Jamie Drawing, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute because that was really impactful to me. But it will go with something else we're going to talk about. Mm-hmm. But that, I do have to say, that event was amazing. We had some ups, we had some downs.
Yeah,
we came together.
It wasn't all perfect, but hey, overall it was worth it. I would do it again if we were able to do it again. I wouldn't change anything. We raised a lot of money for Jamie and her husband, which was the point. And a lot of people came together, and it put aside some of the negativities that were happening in the beginning of the year, and it showed how something positive could happen for the search community. So I think it was a good thing.
Well, and then we had, and I hope he's in the room. Has anybody seen Copper Dan? He says he feels like a superhero when I say that. When he calls me, I'll say Copper Dan.
He's probably staring at the auction on eBay right now.
I did get him over on Facebook. He's like, he posted something in the wrong spot, and I'm like, yeah, put a coin up on eBay, and Copper Dan goes crazy. So Copper Dan was the person, and Sean Martinez. I want to add one person to that: K-Pro, Cow, and Cynthia. That was like the core team, and the three of us came together. I was kind of the front person, but there was so much work at the back. I mean, there was 1,900 tickets. Like, I got 2,000
almost 2,000.
And I'm like, Mike, we're so good. And we were like at the end, should I get more tickets? What should I do?
Right. But everybody that donated money, everybody that donated an item. I mean, everybody really came together.
Yeah, it was awesome, but could not have done it without Mike and Cynthia. They were awesome. But again, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But Copper Dan, his art has come out, and we also have just a variety of other people that are starting to bring out items related to the Fenn hunt. And this is what I'm starting to see. This is not just yes, of course, Covert One. Thank you. Default was all things helping on every little tiny item, and there's a million of those once you get on the ground. So thank you, and I apologize. See, when you don't have, I just am going by notes. I don't have anything.
I call it the year of the cowboy hat. Decall was there with his hat. So.
And I think this was this the year that he actually published? I've seen his Saul for a while. I don't know when he actually published it. So
it might have been in 2018. The salamander Saul, as I call it.
The year of the 800-foot salamander. Yeah. So Copper Dan's art, and then for me, this is just a personal one for me. The Facebook. I've not been on Facebook, and so I went on Facebook, and there's a whole different set of community that is amazing. So Smoking Joe Glover is asking us, when are we going boots on the ground? That's going to be a part of our 2019. We're going to transition there in just a minute. It's nice to see Jamie's progress on Facebook. They have a real nice view of New Mexico from their back window. Yes, they do. It seems amazing. She checks in with me from time to time. She's in a new place. A searcher helped her get her place. So, I mean, it's like, again, search community came together for part of the year. So, so that is the, well, and then, we can't finish up. So that is all of 2018. And then we thought everybody was going to go on holiday, and then we would be back for the new year to go over 2019. And then, December was actually quite busy. I would say,
Yeah.
because of the 200-footer discussion.
There was a
So
lot of drama in December of 2018. I'll also say, separate from the drama, that 2018 for me was like the year of the conspiracy theorists. Seems like I had a lot of people email me that, Dale is Forrest Fenn, or all these people that are running these Facebook groups, that's really Forrest Fenn. He pays those people to put out false information. I just got a lot of weird theories, and like I've said, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but I mean, some of them are just so far out there. I try and reason with these people and say, where are you getting this from? Why do you think Dale's not a real people? You've seen him in documentaries, right? And they just, I don't know. I don't know what it is about the chase that brings these people in. I think maybe they're obsessed about things anyway. And then when they read about I'm just being honest. When they read about the chase and the treasure chest, then they have something they can focus on. And but for
yeah.
me, I mean, I'm sure those people have always been there. But for me, it was the first time I got contacted by it. It seemed like a lot of them. So, and I still do get contacted by them. But I'm surprised none of them have accused me yet of being like, a pawn or something. So yeah, I just thought it was interesting because they think a lot of this stuff is to keep them, particularly them, from finding the chest type thing. So
Yeah, and this is the first. THOR actually started December 12th or 14th of last year.
mhm.
So this is the first full year of THOR. And I just did get contacted by the software people. We have gone, I asked Mike what this even meant. For those of you that really believe that I am this sleuth IT person, we have consistently for 2 or 3 months now gone over our bandwidth requirement. And that means something to someone because I asked Mike and Mike's like, oh, this is what it means, which I did not put in long-term memory. And so we're going to actually have to upgrade to the next. We're not considered a small forum anymore. We're considered at that next level. So, which comes with an extra price tag, which is kind of a bummer. But I want to keep it going the way it goes. But they just contacted me and was like, this is the third month. We can't keep you on the small package. You have to go to the medium package. I'm like, okay, that sounds good.
So maybe some of the drama in December was the maps. So it was also the year of Forrest Fenn's map collection, which we're still selling. So if anybody wants one, it's there. But maybe that was part of it. I think some people, they just don't agree that people should make money off the chase, I guess. And hey, they're entitled to their opinion, but I don't want to hear it. Don't email me about it. But yeah. So that maybe that
Well,
started a little bit of it. I don't know.
yeah, well, and there is a coin. Mike and I were talking. Mike put up a coin on eBay for $1 with no reserve, just to see where it would
Yeah,
go. And
just a
it's
couple
still up
days
there
ago.
for, yeah,
It's
it's
at
still,
102 right now, and there's still 4 days left in the auction. So I just
yeah.
wanted to see what would happen, to see how high it would go. So we'll see. We'll talk about it on Monday show,
Yeah.
what it goes for.
So we would be remiss if we don't talk about the 200-footer. We're going to put this baby to bed. This baby's in bed. It's sleeping and it's not coming out.
The
But I
what?
did
The what footer?
the 200-footer, the lead searcher, what we just did a blog about. So
Oh,
I know
all
that's
right.
why some people might be here to have some sort of discussion. And
Mm-hmm.
um, so let me recap a little bit. There was a discussion back over the summer. There was a show that we did about a week ago. Cynthia's in the room. Cynthia was a part of the panel. And Joel Lewicki was a part of the panel, and we kind of outlined some of the things we know about the 200-footer. I thought that's where it would kind of rest. And then there was a video or audio recording put out that's down now, that was up for, I think, a day or two. I'm not sure exactly, that has caused quite a stir. And so I am going to make some comments to it. There's some things that I'm not going to comment to. If you have questions, you can ask, but I'm going to go over some notes that I have. I only have notes. I do not have, and that's actually one of the questions I have. Do I have the full recording? I do not. I have the clip. Everybody has heard the same clips that I have. I got it. I got those clips. They were emailed to both myself and Forrest. And I did respond. I had some correspondence with the person, and they were put up when I was traveling. So I apologize. Some people were really upset that I didn't get to them really quickly. I was with family and friends and kids, and I just couldn't get to everybody's questions. And we knew we were going to do this. So I know that upset a few people, but everyone knew that was in that email train, that was where, that's what I communicated. I had very limited access for a couple days. I actually went into a chat on the last night, and I could tell there was a lot more happening because I hadn't gotten through everything. So did I know about this recording when it happened? No, I did not. So I found out about 2 days before the search community found out. Why weren't the full recordings released? That's not a question for me. I don't think it's a question for Mike either.
I'm not going to comment on the whole thing because I wasn't there. Apparently, this happened July 4th. At Forrest Fenn's home or whatever. Well, I wasn't there, and I didn't know any of these people back then. So I'm not going to comment on it. Other than I will say I never invited anyone. Particularly Jason, to be on the program for the 200-foot searcher. I don't know if you did, but I never invited him to be on the program.
No, we had one person on the panel that said that he had corresponded with him a couple of times and that he was okay with the show. I didn't invite him on the show, but I probably was mistaken. I needed to reach out directly, but both of our panelists are really great people. I just believed that to be the case. I confirmed afterwards. Did I misinterpret because I thought we were good? The person said, no, I confirmed a couple of times. So I don't want to kind of get into the he said, she said, but right. Maybe there was a miscommunication. I'm not sure. It was just kind of unfortunate. But so the one thing I will tell you, and Cynthia says it perfectly, so I am going to quote her here. Anytime you meet Forrest for the first time, remember, I had been talking to him for years, but this was the first time I met him. And just like that one reporter that thought he got some clue and then ran up to Yellowstone, I thought I had gotten something, and everybody can see how silly I am. Yes, I was silly. I was pumped. I was like 200 footer. And then I very quickly figured out there's no there. He doesn't give super secret hints. This has not tarnished the chase. This has not made everybody like, do I have a this was 7 months ago or 6 months ago. I have no treasure. It's not back. Like, it's not behind the art. So this is, it's kind of, this is, I think the 200 footer, Cynthia's notes weren't put into question. Those were all the things. We have all of the details out. So at this point, I don't think there's any major pieces to talk about when it comes to the 200 footer. I have some things to talk elsewhere on other things that have come as an unintended consequence or a tangent. But the 200 footer, I think, is, for me, you could see how excited I was, and then very quickly it wasn't there. I still do believe, though, if Forrest published, here is the 200 footer and here's where they were searching when I made that comment, I still think it would be helpful. But that's just me. I know some other people say no, they wouldn't even look at it because it'd be cheating. Oh, okay. So that is that piece. So the piece that I think upset, or I got the most feedback on, was the tone of my voice to Forrest in that quote. Why am I looking so hard for that person? I know. I mean, maybe I spent 20 minutes of my life, but anyway. And yes.
Never mind. Go ahead. Never mind. Okay. Go ahead.
So why was I yelling at him, etc. So I want to talk about something a little bit different, but relates exactly to this. I see the chat room. So so the first question was, did I intimidate him? And I think Toby put it perfectly. It was obvious that Toby wasn't up to date with everything, and Forrest can't get intimidated. But this isn't the first time so first, if you spent any time around Forrest at all, and I did have probably 20 visits this summer. And I will tell you, though, there were 3 times I went to Santa Fe. If you ever plan an event that actually raises almost $60,000, I went to Forrest's house about 10 times that small window of time, because it's not just sticking up a GoFundMe quote or a link and saying, here. You actually have to do a lot of work, and there was a lot of logistics. Forrest wanted to make sure it went off just right. So when there's been some comments about I stalked him all over summer, there was about 3 or 4 days that I went to his house 10 times. Then I had 2 other visits, not that I have to defend myself on this, but I had 2 other visits that I saw him a couple times, always with another searcher, because I didn't want anything, we didn't want anything that would be inappropriate. So I always saw him with someone else there. And so there was but to reiterate, one of the things that's come up in the forums is I tried to conspire with Jamie, because Jamie was like a really good friend of mine and manipulated Forrest to donate all these items. I did not know Jamie. And you know what? I'm kind of sad that I didn't know Jamie. She was a wonderful person. I saw her on the forum. She was loved by everybody. That dog don't hunt. There is nothing to that. That is total made up drama. I didn't know Jamie. I didn't know Mike. This was not, and Forrest I'd only met one time. And this is the one thing I wanted to say. So I was meeting with Forrest, and Forrest said, and there was another searcher there, and Forrest said, hey, a fundraiser, Jamie, do you know Jamie? And I'm like, I know her from the blog. She seems so adorable. She's so nice. She's so wonderful. What? And he's like, fundraiser, can you do it? I'm like, I know I can do it. Can you bring it? I need some prizes. And he's like, I can bring some prizes, but can you do this? Can you make this happen? I'm like, if I can get Cynthia and somebody to help me do all the details, maybe I can. What are you going to do? And we did this. I call it the witty back and forth. And I'm like, okay. He's like, what's the goal? I said, $5,000. I said, stretch goal of 10. He goes,
$5,000.
okay. And I said, if we get to 15, are you going to match some sort of, he goes, I'll match it. And I said, and something else. He goes, I'll give you something else. And we were just, and I remember the person saying, oh my God, I thought I was going to pee my pants because we were just going back and forth.
K-Pro, you're bullying him. You know that, right?
Right. And if you see some small snippet when I was like, and you're going to give us, you're going to match that money, maybe you would have seen it the same way. But that was our way. And the only person I care about the exchanges is caring about what Forrest thought. So I can tell you, up to death threats. I've gotten physical threats of violence because they're going to defend Forrest. Think about this. That event that you heard was the second time I visited him. I visited him 18 more times. If Forrest didn't want me in his home,
right.
If I was intimidating him to the point that you need to kill me, I mean, really?
So I think what people don't understand is you are friends with Forrest Fenn. And that's how you talk with him. I mean, it's a banter that goes back and forth. People are going to hate that you're actually friends with Forrest Fenn. But is that a true statement? I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but you're friends with somebody, and that's how you talk to each other. So I don't know. I think that's kind of basically what it is. But I understand the talking loud part. I mean, I think I was at his house 3 times for the raffle that week. And yeah, you have to talk very loud for him to hear you.
Mad or just being loud. And I am a loud person. I will say that.
So I'll say this. I remember when we were there and the phone rang and Forrest he couldn't hear him. So he gave the phone to me and he said, here, will you talk to this person? And it was a searcher. So here I am on Forrest Fenn's phone talking to a searcher, and they're like, yeah, just tell Forrest I think he's the real treasure. Like, this hunt is so awesome, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, I'll pass it to him. And then I hung up and said, Forrest, I want you to know you're the real treasure. And he's like, okay, good. But he just hands me the phone like, will you talk to this person? I can't make out what they're saying. So I just thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, and I think I've met Zoe, I've met Kelly, I've met Piper, I've met Shyla. I mean, it was just, there's lots, and we all have to talk loud. And so I hope I put that one to bed, especially I do think it's adorable though, that, not adorable because that's not, but it's to the point that I think everybody defending Forrest shows that we do have a commonality with that, but I just don't think there's a there. And if there was, and if you want to talk to Forrest about how much I intimidated him, go ahead. I mean, maybe he clarifies. I'm not going to ask him to. This will be the last time I talk about it. But yeah, I mean, I just don't think it's, So that's all that I have to say about that. But I will say, for me, this has been probably my biggest year of the hunt. I did get 2 boots on the ground, and then I had the Jamie event. But some people have questioned my employment, my this, my that. I'm not going to talk to it. I can tell you, I didn't lose my home. I didn't lose my employment. I haven't lost a lot. This is a balanced approach for me.
Did you lose your friendship with Forrest Fenn?
He's wonderful. And I will say, we will have an announcement on the next show about a wonderful prize that we will have at the World Series of Fenn. And so thank you, Forrest. This just happened yesterday.
Did you bully him into this one too? Or
stop it.
I'm playing devil's advocate over here, people. But it is ridiculous. I mean, to try and take, I don't know, what was that, 12 seconds or 15 seconds of an audio clip and try and think you know anything about that conversation. You don't. And neither do I, because like I said, I wasn't there. But I know your relationship with Forrest from the 3 times I was at his house with you and him. So, yeah, it's ridiculous.
And you know what? Everybody is entitled. Some people are saying that I was disrespectful. That's okay. And as long as Forrest doesn't believe that, that's okay too. So we're okay. And I will disagree. There are some legal pieces and some people have been, I don't even want to get into that. So we're going to move on out of all of that. And we're going to move on to 2019 because the reason that I wanted to at least comment for a minute or two about it is I knew it wouldn't go away without just saying, and I do have to say, this really had nothing to do with the original reason that I have been told this small clip was put out, but it is something that I will tell you has been something that others have said when they've been around me and Forrest. So if you want to go to Forrest and when you meet him, say, "Oh, you're so wonderful. Thank you. Thank you."
Just say it
That
very
that's
loudly
you.
so he can hear you.
Yeah, and that's you. I do me, and
So
that's
there is a
I'm me.
question from the chat. I don't know if you want to answer it, but somebody asked who knew they were being recorded. It's up to you if you want to answer it. In other words, did
I
you
will.
know you were being recorded when that
No,
happened? Did
no.
Forrest know, if you know, or if you want to speak for him? I don't know if you do.
From what the email that I received that Forrest was on, neither of us, and it was a recent set of information given to both of us. I don't know how recent Forrest got it. I got it on, I think it was December 27th or 28th, somewhere around there. I was not aware. This was July 4th, and it was December something that it came out.
Okay.
So anyway, I know I talk fast. I apologize. That's something I work on. I went to a communication seminar and there's ways that I can use techniques when I do public speaking, but yeah, I talk a little loud. I'm sorry.
So that was 2018 in a nutshell, and it's
Yeah.
unfortunate that it ended with a little bit of drama. But like I said
Yeah.
before, for the positivity and the good that came from the Jamie Jordan raffle, the drawing, I mean, I think it was all worth it. I would do it all the
Yeah.
same. And then Dig and Gypsy had got some money together for some issues they were going through, and even though there was some drama there too, it's okay. We all have our opinions. People just choose to express them in different ways. So,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
what do we got going for 2019?
2019. So the first thing that's happening is I think we were up to 31 or 32 to the World Series of Fenn. Copper dances. He'll forgive me for a coin. I'm bringing some coins. Maybe do you want to buy some? I'm gonna have some extra coins there just in case. There are 31 to 32. We've already done a vlog on this, and I will tell you that we are doing not only there's something going on Friday and then Saturday day and then Saturday night. And then everything will be gone and we will all be forgotten. It'll all be forgotten. What goes to Vegas stays at Vegas. And I will tell you, never mind.
I will say this: there will be no B-roll footage from the World Series of Fenn. So what I've found, what I've realized, or what I've come to learn, is that B-roll footage is when you leave your phone recording and put it in your pocket. But and I'm serious, there won't be any of that, because if I ever go live or record something, everybody there is going to know to make sure you're okay with it. Because I know there might be people that don't want to be on YouTube, or just like I did the Santa Fe vlog when I went to Santa Fe. I may do one of those for the poker tournament or that weekend. But if you do not want to be included in that, make sure you let me know, because nobody will be in there that doesn't want to be in there. Yeah, so it's going to be a fun weekend. I hope everybody can come out and make it.
Steve Gahagan, you say, don't mean to downplay the event. Great job on putting it on. The actual number was closer to 50. Are you talking the World Series of? I don't know what you're talking about. So, okay. So anyway.
Oh, maybe he means 50 people that helped with the Jamie Jordan raffle. Yeah, there was a lot of people that came together that donated items and donated money and showed up at the event. And yeah, I don't know if that's what he means, but yes, it was a lot of people.
Well, and Jeremy Parnell, we have had to work with the casino because they have limited, there's rules about what you can record and not record, but we have worked with the casino that they are going to allow us to have some footage. There's some people that don't want to be videoed, and that is fine. We are going to make sure, like if we go to a table, or Mike will probably be this person. Again, I'm not very techy, so I don't even know I actually don't have video on my phone. And so we will ask them. And so if anybody doesn't want to be recorded, we won't record them. And if we do, we will let them know if there is a recording.
I would like to at least get one picture of everybody that's going to play in the poker tournament, like together, almost like a yearbook photo, just to say, hey, this is the World Series of Fenn, the first one in Las Vegas, and this is everybody that was there. But of course, anybody that doesn't want to be in that, you don't have to be. So the other thing that I didn't think about, K-Pro, but for whoever does win the prizes, like the silver coin or some of the other thing, are we going to announce who that is, or are we not going to announce who wins those things? Okay. I mean, if it's me, it's up to the person if they want it known if they win or not. Put it that way. So,
yeah, okay. I think that is what it would be. And so Mike and I decided we've had a number of items come in, and we're not going to we're not going to in the future or say which ones until we actually have them in hand. So since we have a few of them, we'll announce all of that probably second week of January for those that want to come. I'm going to email out to everybody, make sure, because we're going to have shirts and hoodies, and some people have ordered some stuff. So
the shirts right here, in case you guys don't know, this is the official World Series of Fenn T-shirt. So these will be available for sale. So
we're twins. We're twins. Okay, so we are done with the so World Series of Fenn. Then we have T-shirts and we have hoodies. If you do want to order, I'm going to be putting the order in on Monday. If you do want to order beforehand to ensure your sizes, I think we have 12 or 13 pre-orders already in. Feel free to email, fennshirts@gmail.com, and we will be able to help ensure your order. I'll bring a few extra, but that will be, you won't be assured your sizes. I'm just going to bring as many that fit my bag, and I'm not paying. I get one free bag with the privileges I have because I travel a lot, but I certainly will not be having an extra bag. And I have copper Dan's, WWWH that I have to bring. Coin 2 is on the prize list. There's a new item that is getting shipped right now from Santa Fe.
Hopefully next week you guys will see what it is.
Oh, I'm so excited.
There's a Warm Waters Halt piece that's going to be one of the prizes, right?
That one right there.
Oh, that one right there. Okay.
That one. But it's number 003, so that's important too. So
Warm Waters Halt number 3 is going to be in the... Oh, I didn't realize it was number 3. That's cool. So we have the number 2 coin. We have the number 3 WWWH piece. So that's awesome. And those will be there in the poker room. Whoever wins them will be able to take them right from the poker room. And whatever else we're going to have. So we'll finalize it.
And there's an item for everybody who's participating.
Oh, that's right. And it's not going to be a T-shirt. It's something better than a T-shirt. So.
Something better. Better. I'm so excited. Okay. So that's just the beginning. So we have the Shannon hunts. If you have not started on the Shannon hunt, she's on clue 2, I believe. There's 15, 10 or 15. She says they get harder after number 5.
So I think 2019 is going to be the year of the treasure hunts. Mysterious Writings, Jenny Kyle has the gold medallion. That first clue is out. The first medallion came out just today, I think, wasn't it? Yeah. Shannon has hers going on. I will be doing a grand adventure for silver coin number 50. Maybe some other coins or some other surprises thrown in, but that'll be happening later this year. And I invite everybody to do their own treasure hunt. I mean, it's fun. The more treasure hunts, the better.
Yeah. So and then we'll be doing the silver coins. We got to get on that, and we're going to do the silver coins as well.
Which will be hidden, right?
Yeah,
right.
Which will be hidden all throughout. So please do tell about the junction. So
there you go. Function in the junction. Is this what it's called?
The function in the junction. That is what Cynthia started.
The function in the junction?
So many people said Santa Fe is great, but there's 1 or 2 searchers that head up north to West Yellowstone, and Cynthia dubbed it the function in the junction. I think she had 20 or 30 searchers that all coordinated their timing of their boots on the ground with one weekend, either the week before or the week after. So basically they could come together. How do I block?
What's that?
Mickey needs to go away.
All right. I think
Mickey
you just
needs to go away.
All right.
So this is where we come together and just chit chat, and we have a good time and we have fun. And so, unfortunately, I have a couple women that are a little bit too fixated. Anyway, so we're hoping to come together and without drama and without issues and without concerns, and we just come together and have fun. That's what we're hoping to do.
Here's the other thing I will say about the World Series of Poker. There is not going to be any drama at the World Series of Poker. Everybody's invited that wants to come, but leave all the drama and all the negative stuff on the forums or on Facebook or wherever. Don't bring it out here to Las Vegas, because we're just not going to have it. Okay? So I just thought I'd put that out there. I shouldn't even have to say that, but I guess I have to, so...
Yeah. So, okay. So it's going to be the weekend after Father's Day. So whatever that weekend is after Father's Day.
So I will get Saturday in June.
Yeah. It's probably going to be that Friday or Saturday. It's the Saturday after June. So let's see.
And are we
That would
talking an
be
outdoor thing like Fenbury is, or an inside
haven't
place,
even
or
haven't even
okay, it's
started.
still
Haven't
being
even
planned.
started looking
Okay.
at it. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that could be
So
my excuse to go check out Yellowstone National Park, so that could be fun.
well, and someone asked, "Are you going to get a boots on the ground in 2019?"
Me? Yeah, definitely. If I'm going to go up there for that, then definitely, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So let's see. So we have boots on the ground for Mike, World Series of Fenn. We have function in the junction, Shannon, Jenny, silver coins. Do we think that we are? Oh my gosh, she is really on tonight, isn't she? Talk about. Let's see. We have her in many different areas. God, fantastic. God, this is what I mean. Focus on your own life, people. And if it's not happy enough, just go to therapy or something. My goodness. Anyway, so yes, those of you that think I make up these stories, here we go. My goodness gracious. Okay, so we have lots and lots of things happening in 2019.
Yeah,
Right.
it's going to be a good year. As far as the treasure hunt, will this be the year it's found? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Every year we say, or people think this is going to be the year, and people are just waiting for spring to go find it. But Illinois Ghost mentioned that Forrest Fenn didn't do a year-end roundup. Is that something he usually does every year?
Um, how I remember it is there's a couple of years that he does a Feb 4. He always does a Feb 4, but sometimes he does a year end, which he does on December 31st. I think most recently he has done more of the Feb 4s. He's done Feb 4s every year. And I think because of if there was any plans for anything December 31st, I think he'll be waiting for, I mean, obviously now that we know, he'll be waiting for Feb 4. No question
Oh,
about it.
okay. So that maybe
So,
that's when he'll do whatever it is he wants to do.
yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
So that's everything that I had. Let me see, 2019. What questions do we have? What thoughts do we have? Do we want any predictions of Feb 4? Do we want to say Feb 4, is he gonna get the gut feeling back, do you think?
Hey, all right. He comes out this. Yeah, that would be funny. But Boots on
Yeah.
the Ground Clothing is in the chat. So I just want to mention real quick that Boots on the Ground Clothing is a website where you can buy some, it's kind of chase or treasure hunting related gear. He sent us some. He's almost like a sponsor of the show, right? So they sent
Yeah.
us some, but I haven't unboxed it yet. And I'm going to send to K-Pro her stuff. So we will do a future vlog on Boots on the Ground Clothing. But I did want to mention that he's doing a treasure hunt. Um, I just got an email about it, just found out about it, and I want to give the website out. But again, we are going to show, it's real simple, www.botgclothing.com. So check that out if anybody's interested. And thanks for the
Yeah.
clothes that you did send. And
Whoop, whoop.
a vlog next week, as soon as I can get K-Pro her shirts, we'll show you guys the clothing, and we will talk about the treasure hunt that he's got going on. So another treasure hunt for 2019. So exciting stuff.
Yeah. Well, and Jerry Stone was saying people spending money and having fun. Let's be drama free at poker. The one thing I'll tell you is we were able to come up with what the prizes were, and we are going to make it fun. If you know what a bounty is, we're going to do some bounties. So this will be
Yeah.
super cool. So Minotaur Marino, what question do you hope Forrest answers for the 6 questions? I would really like to see, has there been a searcher, I hate to bring up the 200 footer again, or like closer than the certain number of clues or any of that. So I think, that whatever, something around that, I think some sort of progress, good or bad, I think would be great. But I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping he does a Feb 4. He may, step back. These kind of things, recording and all that. He may need to take a little bit of a break. I mean, this was a
Right.
lot. This was a lot on a lot of us. So, I mean, I've had threats. I haven't had like actual death threats before, so that's been a little odd. And like some of this kind of weird stuff, something's in the water right now. So he may want to take a step back for a little bit, and I wouldn't blame him. We have a lot. We can go by that.
And I hate to bring it up again, but when Forrest finds out there was a recording made in his house, what is he going to think? Is how many other people recorded something in his house? So
Yeah.
he may take a
Yeah.
step back and maybe not be as open with people as he has before. I don't know. That's just a guess on my part, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and yeah. So that's all we have to say about that.
Hmm.
Anybody else? Anybody have predictions for Feb 4 and what that looks like? I don't know.
Maybe he'll give us a Super Bowl prediction. Isn't that Super Bowl weekend? I think it is.
No, it's definitely not. No, it's not Super Bowl weekend for what Mike referenced a really big convention during that time. That is the weekend of the really big convention because there was some issues with some rooms because there's like 30,000 people that come out for this
There's two
convention.
conventions. There's the big electronics convention, and then there's another convention, and they both happen at the same time. So it will be a little busy that weekend for the World Series of Fenn. But there is a Super 8 motel directly behind Bailey's. So if somebody's looking for a cheap alternative, it's right next to Ellis Island, which is a 24-hour microbrewery, 24-hour cafe where I go eat all the time. They have a $9.99 steak special. And then, there's the rooms. There's a Motel 6 down on Tropicana. There's different possibilities if you're not looking to spend whatever a room at Bailey's or Flamingo would cost on the strip. But we hope you can make it out. Please let us know because, again, in order for us to plan some activities, we have to know how many people are going to show up.
And AJ is saying World Series of Fenn winner right there is going to be AJ. Here's the funny
all right.
part. And William, no, it's not common. It would be right up your alley with your green leotard is all I have to say.
Oh.
And so I will say, talking about the convention, I will say that Mike went on THOR and started saying, hey, I'm going to win this. And somebody called him overconfident Oscar.
Overconfident Oscar.
I love that. So I have won this tournament, so I think, we'll
it's going to be fun. It'll be fun to see who wins. It's good natured competition. You know what I mean? The casino's paying out the money like they normally do for you. And you mentioned bounties. So what we're going to do is for everybody that plays, for every person you knock out, you get a bounty, which means you can make money that way. You don't even have to place. You could maybe get your buy-in back. And we're thinking the bounty is going to be $20. So for every person you knock out of the tournament, you get a chip, and you can redeem that chip for $20. That comes out of the $60 that we're paying. So it's just a fun way to, play.
Knock people out and make it like, ooh. So Minotaur Marina wants to know if you're going fly fishing when you're in Yellowstone. Oh, wait. Did you ever say you were going to Yellowstone?
If there's going to be a function in the junction, then yes, I'll definitely, unless for some reason I can't because of work or something. But yeah, I definitely like to get up to Yellowstone. Make a boots on the ground. I don't know about fly fishing. Maybe if there's somebody up there that can teach me how to do it, I'll give it a shot. But yeah, I'll definitely going to try and make it up there this year for sure.
Okay, sweet. So I'm, the one thing that we're getting close to our time, but this is a time that we're starting a new year. Let's actually take a step back. Let's not make it so personal. People want my name and they're contacting my employers and they're contacting my family members. And really, is it that serious? Let's take a step back. Let's say 2019 is going to be fun. And let's focus on the fun aspects of this chase, not all this other.
You don't, guys, there's a line you don't cross. Whether you don't like anybody involved in the chase or anybody, there's a line you don't cross. You don't get into personal information. There's some people that don't understand where that line is for some reason. I don't know why that is, but let's leave it in 2018 and let's just make 2019 a fun year, for everybody. So Joe Lewicki is looking for a sponsor to send him to the World Series of Fenn. So if there's anybody that would like to sponsor Joel,
nice.
I would say, Joel, maybe you keep the coin, but they get the money if you do take that tournament down. I don't know. I'm just throwing an idea out there. But if anybody wants to sponsor anybody to go to the World Series of Fenn, email K-Pro or me. We could probably make that happen.
What? No, we can't make the sponsorship happen. Yeah, no.
Contact Joel. Contact Joel.
Yeah, contact Joel directly. No, I think it'll be fun, and we'll give updates, and that it'll be awesome. Everywhere.
No, that's just it. Nobody's giving out personal information. There's other people that are trying to find personal information, which is crossing a line. I mean, in my opinion. So I don't know why people do it, but.
Yes. So that is all we have, unless anybody has any questions for tonight. We're just under an hour, and that's what we want it to be. And some people want to come be there. It'll be awesome. And I will say the giveaway will be awesome, but some of the prizes are going to be awesome too.
And we're trying to do the escape room. And I hope that happens because those are a lot of fun. And, we're all treasure hunters. We're all trying to put together clues, and that's exactly what an escape room is. So I hope we can make that happen. I forget if we're doing it Friday or Saturday, trying to, but once everybody's confirmed, maybe a week before, we're going to kind of lock in some of the other things. So,
Right.
um,
Once you care what a person's last name is, you cross the line.
yeah, exactly. I mean, we all have our forum names, right? I'm Cowlazars. It's real easy to find out my real name, but why would you want my real name? We all have our forum handles and our Facebook and all that stuff. But just keep it chase related, everybody. That's all. So,
yes, oh wait,
Fenbury
is right.
2019. What's going on with that? Do we know?
Okay, I was going to say, over to you, Cynthia. I don't know. I don't know.
I haven't heard anything about it. Is there anybody that's taking over the Fenbury in Santa Fe in 2019, Cynthia, that you know of?
Well, last year it was
Jeremy.
Was
nice.
it Connie
Wilmuth? Yeah, Connie Wilmuth. Yeah.
I think Connie is the one that organized it, and it had the fires. It was just terrible all that happened. But
right.
But I mean, are they doing it again? I don't know. Cynthia, you may know more than I do.
But when details come out, you know that we will definitely put it in a vlog. So we'll get the information out. For sure. You know, once people have a date and they know what's going on, then of course we'll do that for anybody that wants to hold something treasure hunting related.
Okay, I'm missing something really obvious because she's going K-Pro.
That's the function in the function in the junction. You're not doing Fenbury, right?
Are you? I didn't think so. Cynthia, I thought we said I was doing the function in the junction, and I don't know about Fenbury, but
that doesn't sound like a no to me.
Help me, or we'll send you a link and you can come on and you can should be putting on Fenbury. I don't.
K-Pro should put on Fenbury.
Yes, this will be my full-time job. I will come next week and we will update you on Fenbury because I am not following. Cynthia,
we got all of 2000, well, a couple months of 2019 to figure it out. But I also say this, because Boots on the Ground Clothing was nice enough to send us some of their clothing and almost be like a sponsor, which we will wear in a future vlog. If we're looking for sponsors for the videos, why would we not? So if there's anybody that has a product or a business or just something you want to get out to the search community, let us know. Email me at cowlazars@gmail.com and we can work that out. So.
Oh, and Cynthia, I love you. I don't think that information was supposed to be out.
What? What was that?
Forrest
wants K-Pro to host it. Well,
that is something that is in discussion, and there's been.
I hope he doesn't bully you into hosting it.
Sorry, we will. Yeah, we'll.
For me, I need to get through the poker tournament. I'm not a very good planner. I got the grand adventure to start putting together. Go to cowlazars.com because it's definitely going to be related to the website, and I've updated that. Thank you to the person who's been helping me with the website. But let's get through the World Series of Fenn first, which is just here in a month, in less than a month, in 21 days. And then we can talk about Fenbury and function in the junction and some of the other things that are going to be happening this summer. So.
Well, and Jan Kerb has asked about family members of Forrest being at the event. Forrest and whoever is on the different forums and places have said that they or have invites if they are up for it, but none of them have RSVP'd. I don't expect any of them to come, but that's just me. I don't know directly. But yes, Cynthia, we will. Yes, I do remember Forrest asking us that, and we will. I just think we'll have to talk about it.
So you're not committing, in other words, at this point. You can't commit to it. I mean, that's all you need to say, I think.
Yeah, I just think it hasn't been discussed so imminently, and there's been some weird things like a little bit of tonight. Like there's just some weird stuff going on that and there's some people local that might really want to do it, and I do not want to step on toes, and I can really let them do it. Doing it from a distance is hard, even though I know Cynthia is local. So I don't know. I don't know where I'm at with that. I mean, one of it, I don't want to get too committed to too many different things, and I'd have to travel in, and like some people are saying, where are my kids? Don't worry about my kids. But I do have to coordinate quite a bit of things being a single mom. So.
Where are your kids is nobody's business. Where are my kids is nobody's business. So to me, that's crossing a line. Don't worry about my personal life. But that's just me. Sorry. Yeah, so we still have maps for sale. There's still the silver coins available. There's still over 100 of the 2019 nickel plated, not real silver, people. Sorry if there was ever a
Silver
confusion
looking.
there. Yeah,
Silver
silver
looking.
in color. It's a silver coin, meaning the color. It's nickel plated. Just like the copper one is copper plated. It's not gold. We still have maps available. We still have the coin. Somebody just said, where can we get an updated list? On Hint of Riches / forum? Forum.
Forum.hintofriches.com.
Forum.hintofriches.com. There's an updated list. If you email me at fennmaps@gmail.com, I will send you the list. That's not a problem. I'm also going to put the list on Cowlazars, www.cowlazars.com. I haven't done it yet, but I will. And then we're taking pre-orders for the t-shirts. We're only going to order a limited quantity. So if you guys are interested in one to get the size you want, hoodie or t-shirt, make sure you get that in. You can pick them up in person at the World Series of Fenn. You can just order it and we will mail it to you. We'll work those out. And that PDF, I'm not sure where we posted that at, but I'll get that up on the website as well. So just email us. If you need to know something, email us and we'll get you the info. And yeah, here's to 2019. I hope it's a great year for everybody. And then for the search, I hope somebody gets close. I hope somebody gets closer than 200 feet. And we got something else we can talk about for months on end.
Yeah. So, and everybody's saying, oh, you're going to do February. You're in February. Cynthia, I'm going to kill you, Cynthia. And Cynthia's doing it with, if I do it, Cynthia, and that was the deal. But we were going to, there was a few things to work out first. So Cynthia, you always amaze me. You rock, girlfriend. So I don't know. We have lots of things to work on. So I need to give it a think. Okay?
Function at the Junction is scheduled for June 21, 22, 23 in West Yellowstone. February 2019 in Santa Fe is in the works. So you will get all the details here, as the months go on. World Series of Fenn, January 26th. And that's what we got going on so far. And does anybody have any other ideas? Let us know. We're always up for ideas for fun stuff that people can do,
Yeah, and some had asked, like I referred to a couple big things. Some things have gotten a little delayed. Some things are out there. Like big to me is the World Series of Fenn and those sorts of things. And am I sensationalizing? Yeah, okay, that's me. If that's the worst thing in the world, that I'm a goody two shoes and I say big things and they're not actually like the treasure chest. Like, no, like prizes. Prizes are big. Well, prizes aren't like the treasure chest. They're as big as we think. I thought this coin was awesome and the copper art and now the new item that I can guarantee Michael O'Connell, Fenbury at Capro's house, not going to happen. And anyone that wants to come to my house, be careful. Be careful. No more searchers at my house. So no.
Yeah, that's crossing a line, people. Don't do that. Paul, I don't know about a YouTube channel for poker. There's a lot of YouTube channels about poker, but I don't know about a beginner for poker. Just look it up online. I mean, I think you can play for free on a lot of the websites just to learn how to play. But come on out and we'll figure it out. The dealers help you out while they're out here.
Oh, Steve Gahagan said, download the World Series of Poker app. It's free.
Yeah.
And that's actually a cool way to learn, like just walking through and doing.
You can play for free chips and just have fun.
Yeah, and Mike's going to hold a little pre-tournament, and we're going to actually be there the day before at their regular tournament, which will be held exactly the same except for the bounties. And so that'll be fun for those of you that want to come in earlier.
Oh, William, thank you. He sent a super chat of $4.99 for the Cow and Capro Fenbury 2019. Thank you, William.
Wait, okay, so I will commit to do February 2019 with Cynthia only if Mike is a part of it, because that's the dream.
Oh, great.
On you, baby.
We'll figure that out. I got to see how much time I can get off of work to go to all these things. But if I have to pick between Fenbury and Santa Fe and the Junction and the Function and the Junction and Yellowstone, I'm going to have to go with Yellowstone because I want to get up there to that area. But maybe we could swing both. You never know. Let's get through the World Series of Poker, Fenn, and we'll see how that goes first. But thank you for the super chat, William. We do appreciate it.
Funny.
And the coffee cups are coming. I am going to have Cowlazars coffee cups at some point. I'll get that going. A couple people have inquired, so they'll be there if anybody wants. And that's another way to show support. The Grand Adventure is going to be free, absolutely free this year. So that would be a way to show support, is maybe you want to order a coffee cup or something. And yeah, so we're going to be busy. It's going to be a busy year. I mean, we got a lot planned, so.
Exactly. Like Mike is the dream team. Cynthia, Mike, myself, dream team. I mean, look what we did. $59,000 plus. I mean, how can you? And with all the donations that came, like shipping was I think around $2,000 to $3,000. So if you take
Yeah.
all the, and that I covered, so if you take all the pieces, we were well over $60,000. So yeah, that's the dream team. So yeah, boom.
We just make things happen. That's all. I mean, a lot of people are like, "Well, why you guys?" Because we make things happen. That's why us. You can make things happen too. Start doing it. Somebody out there,
So the
make
goal,
something
Follow Me
happen.
Down says, let's see if we all can be felony free at the end of this first season. By February. Okay, that's it. That's a reasonable goal.
No misdemeanors either. That should be included too.
Okay, so okay, I think we're a little bit over tonight, so yeah, you know what, and Treasure Getter, I will tell you the detail on the shirts, I won't get too much into, they are so cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited about the shirts, so thank you, Mike,
Genetic
for giving
Blend
me
is the
that
one
info.
who designed these, so thank you to Beth.
Yeah, and somebody asked, so this was Genetic Blend. The Searcher shirt that Mike wore, which we're going to do next, those were Genetic Blend, and then the gold medallion on Jenny's site, Genetic Blend.
She's a very good artist. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can tell she's a professional artist, because this is, I mean, this isn't something I could even think of. I mean, her imagination is awesome. See what I did there?
Right.
So anyway, so there we have it. So there it is.
All right.
So,
oh, Copper Dan, thank you.
Copper Dan.
Now it's almost like a fundraiser at this point. But yeah, we'll figure out February.
Yeah. So
thanks, Copper
cool.
Dan, and we'll see you at the poker tournament, right? I hope so.
Yeah, don't say he's already said it, but don't say that with anybody else, because some people are asking.
Well, if they want to put it out there, yeah, then they can.
That. But the biggest thing that I will say, please let me know when I email you that you're coming. If you do not, you don't get the free item. Oh my God. Okay, so we're wrapping up for tonight. She's just inappropriate.
All right, we'll close with this. Minotaur Moreno just said, K-Pro and Kyle, can you please remind everyone we're all in this together? So that's right. We're all searching for a treasure chest. Only one of us can find it, but we're all in this together, and that we're trying to find it. And we want to help each other out and make some fun things happen for the community. So, all right, we'll be on Monday night. And new topic. I don't know if we'll have a panel. We'll figure it out. But everybody, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because you never know when we might go live. K-Pro's been going live on her own to talk about things. She may do that this weekend. You never know. She may do it after we get off tonight. You never know.
Davio, I always look for you. You're so fun to talk to. So good night, everybody, not just Davio. Many, many, many of you. Thank you. It was a great 2018. And 2019, here we come.
All right, everybody. See you Monday.
Good night.